actually live now. Well, welcome to the Bermuda Football Association's referee show. Today I'm joined by referee Martin Ware.
That's right.
You also have another title, Martin. What is that other title that you have in the BRA?
Well, I'm in the BFA. I'm actually on the referees committee now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm working alongside Cranston and Lyndon and Anthony Francis on the referees committee.
That's a good thing.
I was volunteered, invited in inverted commas. So yes.
So you knew very little about what you're getting yourself into.
I went to a BFA meeting a few weeks ago and was told I was now on the committee.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm happy with. It's good.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. As long as you're happy with what's going on. Let's talk a little bit about the role that you're playing now in this committee.
Okay. So, I mean, ostensibly, I was asked to come on board because I've been refereeing for many years now in England and since I moved to Bermuda. And many years ago, I was a referee's instructor, qualified in the UK, I'm an assessor, a lot of mentoring and coaching. And it was just sort of thought I could offer something to come on board with the committee to help Lyndon and Anthony with the instructional side and help bring on some of the younger referees that we've got coming through, some of the younger officials and assistant referees. And there is a plan, there's an ambition. Through FIFA, I've got to refresh my instructional technique, so there's a plan for me to go down to the career and do another FIFA instructor course. So I'm living on past experiences and qualifications now.
And plus, with the rules changing so much,
stop calling them rules.
I'm sorry, laws. I'm sorry, for the laws changing every day.
Every day, it feels like.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what you guys are hoping to accomplish. Obviously, the numbers are a big, huge factor for you guys.
Yeah, it's a big concern at the minute, the numbers of officials we have in Bermuda. It seems since I moved in nearly 7 years ago, it's still the same faces doing the games, still those old guys out there doing it, and women, of course, the females doing it. And it'd be really nice to get more people out there because there's a lot of football played on the island, which is a good thing at all levels. We love that. I personally have a concern that we're struggling to get officials to cover the games. Mm-hmm. And, a good game of football can't be played without a qualified official.
Right.
It turns into a farce. If we want to develop football as a sport in Bermuda, men's and women's football, and moving forward, we need to have the officials to go along with it. So we're trying to bring some of the younger guys through. We had a course 2 weekends ago. Some young referees, youngsters coming through and start off on the youth games. But that's where we get,
started.
The Lyndon Reigns and the Stuart Caldwells of the future.
Right. Now, we have a challenge in the game because of the attitudes of players and spectators. Mm-hmm. Now, what's the aim and goal for bringing in the youngsters and giving them the baby steps? Because we don't want to just throw them into the fire because 9 times out of 10 they're walking away.
Yes, and that's I think that's a worldwide problem with officials. I'm English and I refereed in England for many years to a good level, and there was some stat that came out that newly qualified officials in the UK would do no more than 2 games. That's a Sunday morning pub at the lowest level. They do 2 games and quit, and 9 out of 10 would quit. Right. We can't sustain that. We don't want that.
Right.
The aim, and certainly for my as an older guy with a lot of coaching and mentoring experience, is we want to get these young men and women into officiating, enjoying it, alongside playing. Mm-hmm. You can't stop playing; you can still do both.
Right.
But we have to protect them. I certainly have a remit and a feeling with the youth guys, and we've got to coach them. So when they're doing the Saturday morning youth games, one of us is there, floating around, just being a face, saying, "Hi, how you doing? We're here," making sure that they're coached and mentored in the laws of the game, but protected.
Right.
That's massively important in spreading the word. And there is, obviously, we said there's always a certain amount of responsibility placed on players, club officials, and spectators to respect that. Mm-hmm. Football's a passionate game. You're not going to agree with the decisions that I make or somebody else make. I get that.
50% all the time.
All the time. It's not going to be your team. What the hell? But people just need to be mindful of the fact that without officials, football isn't played. Mm-hmm. Certainly not played the right way. And people make mistakes with humans, with robots. Nobody does anything to be malicious. But I think if we're going to bring through these youngsters, we need to protect them. So there's responsibility on us from the referee's side to be out there, just be a face, a friendly face, to say how you doing.
Mhm.
It's all good. I've got your back. You know, if somebody in the crowd is having a problem or one of the coaches is having a little bit of an issue, I can sidle up to him because if Francis is doing it or who's doing it, we sort of know
Right.
around the footballing community. So I'm saying, you and I give him a break.
Right.
He's learning the ropes.
Right.
This is the future.
Mhm.
You're not so hard on your players when they make mistakes.
Right. Right. Well, that's one of my pet peeves. I mean, a coach and or a player spend more time shouting at the referee who's making less mistakes than their teammate or someone on their team. If we could just concentrate on what we can control, you can't control. Once you blow the whistle, you've made your decision.
Yes,
you're not going to change
that
that.
ain't going to change.
But how is with you guys sitting around the table with BFA executives?
Yeah.
How is that conversation moving forward to help you guys ensure that you can get more youngsters or more people involved, and they will have a say in how things are running?
I think when we work with the coaches and the BFA and the player side of it, it's just reminding them of that. And to be fair, I've not come across any coach or club official that isn't supportive, or so they say.
Right.
When it comes game time for 90 minutes, I say, that's fine, I can take it. But they're all supportive, and I think they understand that without officials, games don't get played. So we've got to allow these youngsters to cut their teeth and come through. And if they're doing assistant referee duties on a first division game, and then they're doing a Premiership game because we're short. Some of these people this year are going to be put in positions to do games because we need them to do games.
Right.
Now we're going to do that sensibly. We're only going to put them with because I'm on the committee. I'm helping out with the appointments as well. We should only be putting those younger ones with the more experienced, perhaps more capable officials, so they get protected.
Right. Right.
But when we sit around with the BFA executive, they understand that, look, guys, it is what it is. This is where we're at right now. Perhaps encourage within the clubs for you guys to put some of your older players who may be stepping down a little bit. They might want to put something in the game and come and join us.
I mean, there's always that, but that one thing that people tend to hate the most is they don't mind being on the bench criticizing. They just don't want to be on the field being criticized.
I hear that all the time when players, even during games, some players and they're giving you a little bit of a hard time. That's fine. It's a passionate game. I get that. And say, do you want to swap? And what do you mean, ref? Well, if you think you're better than me, you better whistle. I'll play up front because even at 48, I do a better job than you're doing. But that's that diffuses the scene. And you always get a smile and go, fair enough. And they say, players, well, I played to a good level in England, and I got dodgy news. You can contribute so much to the game as an ex-player.
Right.
Why not continue by doing something?
Yeah, some people only think about coaching. They don't think about the game needs a bit of everything in order to progress and move forward.
Exactly right. But match officials contribute to the game as much as anyone else.
They're rather important to a game.
Well, they are not just to be officious. Of course, we've got to adhere to the laws of the game to enable football to be played the right way. But a good official lets the game flow, gives the spectators what they want, which their teams play football. So you can contribute to it.
Yeah.
I get. If I come off the pitch after 90 minutes after a game thinking, A, nothing bad happened. B, I don't think I made too many mistakes. But more importantly, everyone had a good time and everyone's smiling and they go away. Who was the ref? I don't remember.
Right.
That's what we should be aiming for.
Right.
You've contributed to the game. Right. Not the game was ruined because.
Right. Well, the team on the losing end is always going to point the finger.
Well,
but you don't give them that much of an opportunity if you let things go.
Exactly.
You're constantly in conversation with players, especially if you speak loud enough that everybody can hear you. I don't think there's too much arguing going on.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so.
Your experience, you've been on the island quite some time now, but your experience of seeing how the game locally here has changed. What has been your concern? How I know we've gotten coaches who have gotten A, B, and C licenses, trying to speed the game up, but what has been one of the concerns you've seen being involved in the game as a referee?
I think difficult one to say. I enjoy football in Bermuda. It's fast. I like there's a very high skill level here, which made me slightly surprised when I moved here. I mean, I know I'm getting older. I come off games more tired than ever because they're running me ragged up and down. I think some of the coaches try and play football in the right way, which is good, but there is still I still find an attitude where, and you alluded to it a minute ago, Will, that when things are going wrong, it's always the easy target is the officials. So, we don't miss the open goals.
Right.
We didn't let the ball through our legs. We didn't kick the player in the head to give away the penalty.
Right.
That was your fault.
Right.
Sort of thing. So I wouldn't say it was a concern. It was just a little bit more understanding of the position that we're in, and more so. And I'm going to harp on about it because we are suffering from lack of officials. The more coaches and players give the officials, especially the young ones, a hard time, they're just going to walk away. Now, football will suffer,
right,
because there's not enough officials,
right,
and they've got to realise the knock-on effect of that. People are always going to complain. I say it again: football is a passionate emotion, and that's why we love it.
Yeah.
We don't want to make it sterile,
right?
But just be mindful of the fact we're there as well, giving up our weekends to help you guys play football because we love it too.
Right.
So don't give us so much of a hard time.
With the many rules that changed this year, I'm sorry, many laws. I'll say that again. With the many laws that have changed this year, how has that transition been for the local referees to adjust to this?
Well, actually, there is. I don't want to go into too many details because I haven't got the book in front of me and I can get it wrong. The laws this year haven't changed that much.
Right.
I say that in so much that the average spectator, the average player and coach would actually notice. There's no fundamental changes, as in it's a bit of wording where they've tightened up some of the wording of the laws of the game just to help the officials. But fundamentally, there's not a lot of difference. Now we had a coaching session a couple of weekends ago when we got all the referees together at the Cedar Bridge, and Lyndon and I went through the law changes, as it were. So we as officials know what they are, but actually there's nothing massive that would fundamentally change the game for local football. So that's a good thing.
Right.
So it's wording.
Right.
It's just tidying up bits and pieces. Goalkeepers' caps are now. There was a thing about you couldn't wear goalkeepers' caps because it said the peak was dangerous. They changed the wording so you can. It's just tightening up little things like that.
Right.
That's the main thing.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, because I was going to talk about some of those things that came out with the cap, the ankle bracelet, and those type of things.
Yeah.
I know it caused a big stir in Bermuda because people like to wear hats because 9 times out of 10,
because the
sun, the fields are heading in the wrong direction. And 9 times out of 10, that's what they're wearing it for. Not just fashion, because some of them wear fashion. But when we encounter the mishaps of the laws of uniform.
Yeah.
Who's in Bermuda, or before the game starts, whose responsibility is that? Because some people say the match commissioner does this, and some people say the referees do this.
So the party line will be, it has to be, that the Laws of Association state that the arbiter of all decisions from the moment to leaving the is the referee.
Okay.
Obviously assisted by his assistant. So the final decision on any player's equipment, if anyone is eligible to play or not, from an equipment point of view or whatever, is the referee. Okay. We would speak to the match commissioner, and like games, one of the match commissioners may point out to me, mine obviously half an hour ago, and I noticed that the red number 9 still got his jewellery on while he's warming up. That's fine. Thanks very much for pointing that out. That's cool. Certainly when I referee and all referees before the game, when the players line up, I get my assistants to go down and make sure everything's out, everything's right, everything's done.
Right.
The paramount thing is player safety.
Right.
For themselves and for the players. And common sense has to apply. If they're wearing some tape on their arm and there's nothing underneath it, that's perfectly fine. It's not going to damage anything.
Right.
Jewellery, all jewellery has to come on. Even the Laws of Association football state that you can't wear tape anymore.
Right. Okay.
So a guy that says I can't take my wedding ring off, how can I tape it up? Strictly speaking, no. Sorry, the laws say that.
Right.
But common sense has to prevail. Me personally, if a guy who's playing for starting the game and he can ably demonstrate short of chopping his finger off, he can tape it up and it's fine. Yeah. Is that really going to be a danger to anybody? Probably not.
Right.
And if I'm happy with that, we're here to not really dancing.
Right.
But the final arbiter on any equipment is always the right.
Oh, okay. Now, I forgot what I was going to ask, but it had to do with the offside. Even in yesterday's game, it was the first game. 2 players were in the same position, ball came across. The player that was in the offside position made 3 or 4 steps towards the ball.
Okay.
But the other player came around and kind of pushed him off the ball and took the ball. Now, the referee assistant
Yeah.
put the flag up.
Yeah.
But everybody challenged the decision. I couldn't hear what the changes were.
I thought it was very polite.
Well,
probably not.
No, I doubt it was. But is the law still, or now, the player in the offside position, once he makes an attempt to get the ball, is deemed offside, or once he plays the ball?
So, the offside law is always a bone of contention,
Yes.
you know, but basically speaking, to be in an offside position on the pitch is not an offence in itself. We all know that.
Right.
Standing on the pitch,
Anyway,
that's your
yeah,
right.
right.
However, if the ball is played by your own player and you are near the goal line, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
So to actually be penalised for the assistant referee to put his red flag up to indicate to the referee that I believe this player should be penalised for offside offence, they need to either have touched or played the ball, to be challenging or attempting to challenge or interfering, whatever word you want to use, with a defender.
Okay, with a defender.
Yeah.
Not with his own player.
No.
Okay. Interesting.
So if there's two players from the attacking side in near each other, if me and you are the attackers and we're both in an offside position, or and the ball comes to you and you touch it, then that's fine. You should be penalised for the offside.
Right.
At the moment, remember it's the moment the ball is played.
Right. Now, the scenario was we're on the same team. I'm in the offside position. I start to make motion towards the ball. But you realize I'm offside and shove me away.
Okay.
And I play the ball.
So it's not an offence for me to shove you up.
No. But if I'm actually making an attempt to get the ball,
it's difficult to say without seeing the scenario. If there was a defender nearby,
the defender was coming because the ball.
So say if there was a defender on the side of you, and your presence was interfering with him making a challenge for the ball, then that's fine. You should be penalised.
Oh, okay. And I think the defender was close enough.
If it was just me and you,
right?
I can only assume maybe the assistant referee was thinking that you were about to touch the ball.
Right.
That's where when I brief my assistants, I always want a late and correct flag rather than a quick and rough.
Well, yeah.
So you should wait.
You indicated that yesterday in your match where there was an infringement. The ball went to. It actually happened. The ball went. The team that the foul was on got the ball, but he was challenged right away. No advantage. Stopped the match. Kicked the ball back to the sensible referee.
I did my best. But if it was just me and you and there was no defender around us, I can only maybe the assistant maybe thinking that he was anticipating that you were going to touch it.
Right.
Actually, that's where you wait. There's no defender around.
Right.
It's just me and you, and I've come from behind.
Right.
If I'm in the onside position,
position,
I've gone, hey Earl, idiot, get out of the way.
Right.
Push you out of the way. Now you're going to run on and touch it.
Right.
That's fine.
That's
you haven't touched it, and as long as you're not challenging the defender, interfering,
because the defender was coming around, and I think, well, looking at the whole scenario, it looked as if the defender wasn't sure who was going to take.
So you could argue. You can't mind read. You don't know what's going on inside the player's head. You can only give what you see. The assistant's looking along the line. So, and of course, the assistant and the referee got it right, because we always do.
Yes.
We always do.
He put his flag up. And the referee.
Remember, Holly's he's signalling to the referee.
Right.
The referee then makes the call.
Right.
The referee will say, and 99% of the time, we're going to go with the assistant, because they're the ones sort of playing.
Right.
The second last defender. But, he's probably, okay, you haven't quite touched the ball, but there's a defender coming in, and you're blocking the defender from me, and you interfere with the challenge.
Right.
So,
So with the new young officials that you've had in the courses, what has been their conversation of what they don't quite understand about laws?
Well, so 2 or 3 weekends ago when we did it, so I don't know, I can't remember now, I was tasked by Cranston Williams and by Lyndon to take the younger ones to one side and do an initial sort of course over 2 days, 2 sessions. It would be impossible for me to go through 17 laws of the game in depth.
Right.
And there's no point. They don't need to know. So if these are 13, 14-year-olds that can be doing youth football where there's no offside law, so I think it's under 13s to change offside law, but they still need to know it, because we might get them out doing assistant referees to some games. So I concentrated on what is important. What is important in a game of football? It is fouls and misconduct. What constitutes a foul?
Right.
what constitutes a red or yellow card, and the offside law. So I concentrated on those two areas.
Right.
And we touched on dimensions of a pitch. You know, they need to know the numbers of players. They need to know about equipment. That was one of the other things we talk about was safety. So
Right.
what players can't.
Right.
Colours of kits, that sort of thing. But I tended to concentrate on fouls of misconduct, offside law, restart to play, the basic stuff that can get you through a game.
Right.
You know, because we all know that every season the pitches in Bermuda, the grounds are inspected. We know that they're correct dimensions. So I don't need to go out there every Sunday and start pacing a pitch and saying it's wrong. Come on, common sense applies.
Right.
There's two goalposts. Yeah, that's fine. We're here to play football, guys.
Right.
Have I got a ball that's round, the right pressure? Yeah. So we would concentrate on the basis, and it is, you said earlier, baby steps. You know, when they're doing the youth games, we can get out there and watch them, help them, chat to them, and then, you know, if they show promise and more importantly commitment and they want to do it, we'll encourage them. We'll add bits in. We'll add regular training sessions. We'll add in a bit more cooperation with referees. We'll do a bit more on fouls and misconduct because we just want to get out there and enjoy it.
Right. I noticed an improvement in communication with the referee and the assistant. I noticed there's more talking, more conversation between the three during games.
Yeah.
Is that due mainly to the current training or the constant training you guys have been going through? Because over years ago, there was very little interaction or just eye contact.
Yes. Well, eye contact is important in itself as a form of communication, provided it's done right. Of course, I could come out and say, yeah, it's the quality of recent instructions. May not be wholly true, but I think it's communication off the pitch as well, because we talk to each other as officials. It's important we get together on a regular basis as a group and talk through incidents. You know, I always like to get a session together and say, right, what happened this weekend, guys? Anybody got any stories, any horror stories? Is anyone making mistakes? Because we do. I know I do.
Right.
And we discuss how can we make that better next time. And certainly Lyndon Rayner and myself are very keen on people talking. Lyndon's on the FIFA list at a very, very high level as well. And I think it's important that we do communicate. I was, when I started refereeing 30+ years ago in the UK as a young lad, you know, it was very much the referee was in charge. I don't know if that was the same in Bermuda, but the ref was the ref.
Yeah, the ref was the ref.
You're there to wave a flag, but I'm going to make the decisions.
Right.
Well, as good as we like to think we are as referees, you can't cover every inch of the pitch and every angle. They're called. They moved it from linesman to assistant referee for a reason.
Yeah.
You are there to assist. You know? So I want my assistant referees to get more involved. Not that they take over, but part of my pre-match brief is very much the eye contact is key.
Right.
The smile is a key. The thumbs up is a key. Even if plays down one end and it's gone dead, I'll look to the linesman in the other half and the assistant referee. Then okay, Roy, okay to show you that? Yeah, cool. Because it lets them know we're working together, but actually it lets the players and the officials, the club officials know actually, you know, these three guys know what they're doing.
Right.
Talking. So it helps that man management side. It's something we are positively encouraging, and it's something that we should be doing anyway.
Right. Gotta ask you, there was an incident, I don't know if you've seen it, last week, for Liverpool.
Mane.
Yes. Now, it's a bit of a cheap question because you get to look at it from every other angle around the pitch.
The referee has a second to make a decision.
And with a little assistance from his assistant.
If necessary. Depends on where on the pitch it is.
If that same offence is committed on the halfway line, is it a red card?
Yes.
Should be.
It should be. Of course
Yes,
it should be. It should be. You can't. The law is the law.
Yes.
You know, what's going through a referee's mind in any challenge is, when we're looking at, first of all, we have to go through many things in a very short process. We have to look, was there an offence? It's like a tick list.
Right.
Did an offence happen? Yes, there was a foul, an offence was committed. Okay, got that. Then, okay, was it careless, reckless, excessive? That's the three things. But careless is just a free kick, maybe a telling off. If it's reckless, it's a card. If it's excessive force, it's a kick.
Okay.
And within those, we've then got to think the direction of the player coming. Where was he coming from? How fast was he going? Was he in control of his motion and wanting to do it? Which part of the body did he use to make contact with the player? And which part of the body did he hit with the player? You know, there's this thing everyone goes on about intent. He didn't mean. Well, again, there's no such thing as intent in the laws of association football.
Right.
And again, I'm not a mind reader.
Right.
So Mane might be the nicest guy in the world, wouldn't hurt a fly.
Mm-hmm.
But I can only go on as that referee what I saw. What
Right.
was seen was he kicked him in the head.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, Edison was very brave.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't really ducking, he was just heading a ball.
Right.
You have to ask yourself many questions like, where do we play football? Do you play football with your boots 6 foot in the air?
And the answer would be no.
Okay. Could he have done something different? Could he have not challenged for the ball and pulled out? Yes, he could.
Mm-hmm.
Could he have gone in with his head?
Right.
Yes, he could. Yeah, they're saying, he wasn't looking at the play, he was looking at the ball. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Played the game, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But you can only go on what you see. So that's a long answer. But if it happened on if it was 2 midfielders,
Mm-hmm.
the same thing, then yes, it's a red card. Actually, where it is in the pitch, it shouldn't be a factor.
And I asked in a conversation last week, I said sometimes that scenario changes because you will see a similar offense on the halfway line, quarter foul, or see an offense on the halfway line, quarter foul. The same offense with the same intent is made just outside the box, and there's a caution.
Well, I can't answer that because I'm not the referee said. All I can say is to me, and genuinely, I don't let where it is on the pitch. I really, maybe I'm just old-fashioned, I'm robotic, but I go through that checklist.
Right.
I don't care what's in the centre circle. Bad challenge is a bad challenge.
Right.
A reckless challenge is a reckless challenge, is a yellow card. Excessive force is an excessive force. It's like saying, well, if a player punches somebody in the centre circle, as opposed to somebody punching somebody in the penalty area to a kick, should I change what sanction I give? No. A punch is a punch. A kick in the head is a kick in the head.
Yes, it is.
And consistency. And I understand with coaches and players that they get frustrated when we see it on the television. When I'm watching football on the television, I get frustrated. Be consistent, man. Be consistently good or consistently bad.
Right.
But be consistent.
Yes.
And it is frustrating because, and I get you. I've discussed this over a beer as well. Well, in that game, that referee gave me a yellow card for kicking in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because it was in the centre. Yeah. Next week, it's by the penalty area. So I'm a goalkeeper, protecting species and all that.
Right.
So I send him off. I don't know.
It's the same offense.
It's got to be the same.
Yeah.
I have to give it the same.
Right.
I try and do that, and I hope my fellow officials do the same as well. Certainly we do.
Well, Martin, you end on consistency, so that's where we're going to end it. I want to thank you for joining me here on the Referee's Corner. Folks, we'll be back next week, Monday, with another referee to talk more about Bermuda Referees Association. Good night.